in international arbitration, we have parties from different nationalities. These parties actually choose international arbitration to prevent any bias from national courts. We are choosing arbitration because we believe that arbitration is better than the judicial system in dealing with a specific case, and we need the arbitration to be bulletproof, to be trustworthy, and parties need to have confidence in the process, in the arbitrators, and this is why there shouldn't be any conflict of interest. We need a neutral state of mind to ensure that the arbitrator is going to decide the case based on relevant facts and applicable law only. So bias could be either conscious or unconscious, and it is inevitable. But the aim in international arbitration, in order to be a better way to solve disputes, we should be able to reduce that bias as much as possible, or whenever there is doubts that there is bias, the arbitrator should disclose that. So we are preserving the integrity of the process. Independence means that the arbitrator doesn't have any relations, be it personal relations, professional relations, financial relations with any of the parties. Impartiality, it's a state of mind. It means that the arbitrator shouldn't have any affinity or any animosity against any of the parties, and shouldn't have preconceived ideas that he will be blinded when deciding a case. And here I'll give 3 examples. Expression of opinion during the conduction of arbitration. Prior representation, he or she was a counsel to one of the parties. Repeated appointment by the same party. For example, the same party appoints the same person as an arbitrator in many arbitrations. This would create the impression that the arbitrator depends on that party financially. There is an obligation on the arbitrator to tell the parties from the beginning and throughout the arbitration proceeding if there are any conflict of interest. Conflict is related to the relationship of the arbitrator to the facts or to the legal issues, and not to the parties. An arbitrator can be an arbitrator in one case and a lawyer in a similar case, or he can say something publicly about a specific case that might jeopardize his impartiality and his independence. A judge, you don't choose your own judge, right? Even if you have many cases in front of the same judge, you cannot disqualify the judge for that reason. Even if a judge makes public statements about a specific idea, you cannot disqualify him. Arbitration is based on a choice, and for that choice to be based on trust, confidence, we need to make sure that arbitrators are not conflicted, because this would actually jeopardize the whole issue. A detailed questionnaire, well prepared by the camera, would allow to diminish any potential conflict of interest that might arise later on. Whenever the institution like the camera adopts lists of arbitrators or mediators, they are supposed to actually do due diligence about these arbitrators. They have to do a certain kind of investigation, let's say, or inquiry, in order to accept them in these lists. So you trust the camera to choose a specific arbitrator. As a party, you want to know in advance that the institution, the camera, has done its work in order to protect you from any conflicted arbitrators or any problems that would arise later on in the arbitration process and jeopardize the whole process.